Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry about the mixing and matching here a little bit, but I'd like to, at this time, welcome all of our parents and our guardians and loved ones of our graduates that we are recognizing today. And at this time, you may be seated. Wasn't that a great song? I had so many requests for that. The students thought they'd like to perform that for you, and I hope that touches your heart like it does mine and I think the rest of our faculty here. Welcome to our Honors Day and our graduation program. We have lots of awards to give out today. And I've been doing graduations for a long time, and I just figured out on graduation day it's supposed to be hot and humid and muggy. And out of 26 times doing this, today is no exception. So I apologize a little bit for that, and I don't think our fans are doing much good except stirring the hot air, but we'll get started here so that we can get the program in, and I know all of you have some things you would like to do. Before we get started, I'd like to say to the 6th grade class, on behalf of Mrs. Starks, myself, and our staff, you are a very special group. And as you leave Throop and go into the Paoli Junior Senior High School, lots of changes, lots of things that you're going to come into contact with that you've never come into contact before. And I think you will be able to make those adjustments. I appreciate you as a class. Appreciate you as individuals, and throughout the year, I'm not going to say I'm going to miss you, because that means like you're going away somewhere, and you're not. You're going to be in another building, but you're always going to be welcome to come back and to see us. And I mean that solely from all of us here. We're going to miss you, but you know where you can always come back to. So, wish you well. You're going to do a great job, and you've earned this day, and this is the day, your last day, of course, in, quote, the elementary. Now you become eligible to go into the junior high or middle school, whichever you want to call that. But I look back with pride. I think you worked hard, and I think you're prepared to go on to that next level. So at this time, going to start our program, and we have lots of people who are involved in different things today. And if you're following me on the program, I'm going to ask Martha Nice to come up first and start our awards and presentations with the Throop Award. And the reason I'm bringing her up first is because she asked me to. And I said, okay. But she does have some things to do, and she helps. She's shorthanded today. So Martha, would you like to come forward? We'll give our presentations here. I'd like to also say, when you're called up on the stage, and excuse me for pointing, but come up from this way. Come up over on my right, get your award, and then you can go down this way and then back to your seat. So lots of things to do, lots of awards, and I'm going to be quiet here and please follow along in the program. I think most of us in order there, so we'll go from there. This is nice.
Thank you. For those of you that may or may not know, you're live on TV at this moment, hopefully, and Channel 15, our local TV channel, and that's why we get back to the classroom to make sure that's going there scheduled. We also will have the tape of this program and the kindergarten graduation aired a couple of times later this month in the 1st of June. So watch tonight's newspaper and the TV channel, and that schedule will let you know when it will be on the air. Our Throop reporters have shared news from around the world with Throop. When I asked them what their most memorable interview had been, the answers were as varied as the stories that they've spent the last 5 years developing. When I call your name, please join me on stage. I'm going to start with Darren Peck, because he claims he's always at the end of the line, since his name begins with a letter at the end of the alphabet, and when they take pictures, he's always the shortest person, so he gets put at the end. So I want Darren to come up and get his certificate, and his favorite place to go is kind of interesting too, to be honest. But it was to interview Miss Doris. He said they really did. I'm going to give this next reporter 2 certificates. Sarah Patton has patiently reminded me for 5 years that her name does not have an H on the end of it. What did I do with her certificate? Put an H on the end of it. So Sarah, this is a reminder that even teachers aren't perfect, and I'll just give you both of them. Sarah and Becca Hackney earned a trip to the state media fair this past year with a project they completed after visiting their favorite spot, the Orange County Humane Society. Spring Mill was a favorite destination for nature stories created by the dynamic duo Ginger Martin and Chantel England. Becca? That he enjoyed his very first media fair project when he was just a little guy, but he couldn't remember what he did. And his interview at the Maples, a former stagecoach stop. The Amish schoolhouse was a favorite of Josh Stevens when he was a 3rd grader. And Tim Thone and Mark Sutherland enjoyed their trip to French Lick by way of Austria to find out more about voice and opera pianos. Elaine Flick, Heather Briner, and Laura Batten, we will miss seeing report the history of downtown Paoli, Maria Radcliffe Park, and other places in our community. These girls are the real history buffs. Morgan Overly and Scott Klein can be found on the bleachers here at Throop's Gymnasium, recording and doing play-by-play of all those ball games. And Alicia Duffy enjoyed roaming the halls, interviewing other kids about important issues here at Throop, usually in the cafeteria on Monday. The trip to the state capitol to interview legislators for a media fair project in 5th grade was an important memory for Leah C., Chad Johnson, and Nat Perry. And while this group has not missed a deadline, or at least not many, and they have been many places, some near and some far, I'd like to quote Dr. Seuss in a message to all of you 6th graders as you leave Throop. It's from the book, All the Places You'll Go. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guide who will decide where to go. So, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you.
Mrs. Seahead and myself are Just Say No Club sponsors. This show here with 200 kids and Just Say No from 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. 80 of those were 6th graders. Probably the one thing that we need to say about that is we could not handle 200 kids and different activities and things that we do. It wasn't with the help we get from the parents. It's just impossible for us to handle that many kids without parents coming and supervising the gym or going with us swimming or wherever we go with the programs. We really appreciate parents supporting to do these things. All right, with 80, what we're going to do is you come up and get your certificate, go down around and stand in the front. Once that goes up, you tie. Megan Alvey, Stephanie Baker, Samantha Baldwin, Emily Beachy, Laura Bevan, James Blackray, David Reiner, Justin Patel, Joe Music, Brad Chastain, Kristen Klein, we need you guys, once you get your certificate, to stand down here. Priscilla Coffey, Eric Condor, sorry. Jessica Condor, Amos Cook. Amos was our club president this year. Brandon Crowder, Karen Crowder, Laura Cornelius, Cassidy Dearborn, Denise Stu, Jessica Eastridge, Josh Elliott, Chantel England, Samantha Flannery, Marina Flynn, Joshua Flynn, Elizabeth Fountain, C.J. Wilkerson, Alicia Duffy, Rebecca Hackney, Charlie Haley, Chris Hafford, Laura Harkness, Tiffany Hawkins, Heather Hayes, Alicia Hinkle, Stephen Hunt, Michael Jackson, David McKee, Devin McKee, Chris Kellums, Harold Kimball, Langford, Misty Logan, Kevin Madley, Brett Manship, Joey Manship, Nathan Manship, Ginger Martin, Chris Martin, Sarah Mays, Andrew Benton, Tara Monroe, Candace Lawson, Kylie Murphy, Josh Nelson, Carrie Miller, Morgan Overly, Mark Payton, Mike Payton, Brian Payton, Matt Perry, Darren Patton, Sarah Patton, Autumn Randolph, Angel Riley, Aaron Roach, Candace Sebo, Laura Cito, Leslie Smith, Leah Sneed, Josh Stevens, Ricky Summers, Mark Sutherland, Elizabeth Sykes, Evan Terrell, Jeremy Trotter, Wes Zip, then we have one other that we have a requirement that the kids attend meetings after school. We have them once a month in order to attend activities. This particular individual's been in the club the last couple of years, but he couldn't, because he lives far away from the school, he couldn't come to meetings. So Daniel Lennon, as you can see, this is a pretty nice group of kids, and we have activities we try to have at least once a month. We probably have 5 or 6 different activities that we went places and did things here. when you have this many kids together, you know, sometimes you have problems. And we have no problems whatsoever out of the guys, the younger kids. It's a real good activity. With the kids that do once they get to the fourth grade. Thank you.
I'm Mr. Peters, and I'm presenting the Physical Education Awards. And these people have already received a patch signifying their accomplishment, and they won the National Presidential Physical Fitness Award, which means they have accomplished the 50th percentile in all 5 categories, and that's curl-ups, pull-ups, shovel run, set reach, and the mile run. Now they're going to receive a certificate to recognize that accomplishment. So when I call you up, would you please form a line to my left over here, and we'll say the applause until the end. Tanya Fleischer. Paula Randolph. Cassidy Dearborn. Samantha Flannery. Ginger Martin. Laura Harkins. Mary Lee. Emily Beachy. Josiah Van. Kenny Allen. Darren Patton. Josh Stevens. Josh Nelson. Let's give these students a fine round of applause.
Having had these students for 2 years now in art, I can remember first grade pinch pots and second grade crayon portraits of George Washington, beautiful fourth grade crayon landscapes that we did, and this year's drawings of pumpkins and bicycles and a lot of other things. Some of this class worked very carefully, very slowly, with a lot of detail, and others have bright abstract paintings we've done. Some want everyone to see their work. Others who may have done some of the best work are more comfortable being quiet about it. They know they've done a good job, and that's enough of work for them. There are many different kinds of artists in the 6th grade, and several, I'd say, just in the last few weeks have begun to show kind of a new confidence or some new strength in art. So I hope they'll give themselves a chance to continue in that work that they've started. Grades in art are based on attitude and behavior as well as the quality of each program. So today, the following students are being recognized for their continuous good work and their special unique strength in art. So I'll ask them to come forward. Sarah Monroe. Amy Leonard, Denise Duke, Evan Terrell, Anna Richardson, Josh Stevens, Elena Flick, Anthony Campbell, Heather Hayes, Brandon Crowder, Kristen Klein, Priscilla Coffey, Ginger Martin, Justin Mattel, Jennifer Busick, CJ Wilkerson, Maggie Coulter, Josh Bixley, Laura Hartnett, Jason Sweet, and Carrie Newland. Let's applaud their good work. I'm Ms. Block, representing the 6th grade band. We had a really good year in band. The students represented themselves very well at the Solo Ensemble Festival in Southbridge, and then again at the Concert Band Festival in Casa. They received superior ratings, and mainly they just improved a whole lot. Right over here, guys. This is the largest group we have, and we tried to figure out a way to keep this along a little bit. I don't think they realized exactly how much they had improved until yesterday. Mr. Combs came in at the beginning of the school year and did a video of our first day of band. I knew it wasn't real good, but I didn't realize why it sounded not too good it was until we played it yesterday, and I think that really showed them that they may have gotten yelled at this year and tried kicking and screaming and told they need to practice a little bit more, but I think they were all very proud of the end result when they saw what they had accomplished. So it's been a really good year, and I'm proud of all these kids. Josh Flick, I think you're just coming in on us. CJ Fulkerson, Tiffany Hawkins, David Jenkins, David Key, Misty Lowe, Tara Monroe, Josh Stevens, Barry Wall, Lance McBride, Ginger Martin, Eric Condra, here we go, Joey Manship, Alicia Hinkle, Candace Lawson, Dustin Butel, Josh Elliott, Amos Cook, Harold Kendall, Evan Morris Ito, Morgan Overly, Scott Klein, Mike Pace, Mike Jackson, Mark Pace, Elizabeth Sykes, Carrie Newland, Laura Hartman, Heather Reiner, Chantel England, Randy Crowder, Chris Kellum, Candace Seabold, Jason Reed, Tim Sloan, Samantha Flannery, Ada Riley, Brandon Chastain, Kathleen Dearborn, Anna Richardson, Leah Sneed, Karen Crowder, Angie Minton, Denise Stute, Leslie Smith, and Priscilla Coffey. I am really proud of this, guys. Let's give them a big hand. I'm going to go ahead and start while they're going back. Before I give out my music award, I appointed myself the keeper of kind acts this year. And for every kind act that was committed in our school, if I saw it, I wrote it on a 3x5 card and posted it on my wall outside my room. Or other kids came up to me and told me about kindnesses they saw, and teachers also participated in that. And I wanted to recognize one person that stuck out in my mind as a particular act of kindness, truly random, and that she wasn't expected to be rewarded for it. And I'm going to have her stand up, I'll tell you what she did. Karen Crowder, could you go ahead and stand up? It was reported to me, and I don't want to make anybody not feel well, but it was reported to me one day on the way to school, a very small, like first or kindergarten, got sick on the bus and threw up. And if you remember those days riding the bus, people scattered away from the, where it was going. But not Karen, she walked in and it really upset the small child, got scared and started breathing heavy and was really getting sicker. But Karen left her seat, went over and sat with the little person, patted him on the back, and kept saying that it was going to be all right, all the way to school. And that means an exceptional act of kindness. Thank you. Karen, I don't have anything to give you. I don't have anything to give you except I just wanted to recognize you. There's one other person I wanted to recognize. Don't come up, I don't have anything to give you. Mary Madden, would you stand? All year long, I watched Karen walk her little sister to class, and she always had the biggest smile on her face, and she just looked up at him, and you could tell that made such a difference in her life. Karen, I bet, in 10 years or so, we're going to look back and with it. If nothing else, she's going to be the happiest person I know because you have made a difference in her life. Just that one little thing. Okay. I'm scared to give out music awards because I'm afraid if you don't get one, you're going to think you're not musical. And I hope that I've spent enough time with you that you don't believe that. I wouldn't teach school if I felt like only a few people could be musical. I want to encourage you to keep music in your life forever, whether it's just listening. You don't have to years later. Because it's my belief that if you are in music, if you play music and appreciate it and are moved by it, you can't be a bad person. It's impossible. So I've only gotten awards for 10 people, and those are the 10 people that scored the highest on that musical exam I gave. So I want everyone else to know that I believe you're all musical, and I want you to keep it in your life. And there's one thing I have to say. I always say your success in life after you leave us has nothing to do with how many awards you take home today. Please remember that. Okay, the 10 highest scores in that order. Starting with number 10. That's on David Letterman. Priscilla Coffey. I'll have you guys come up here and stay up here. Greta Manship. Heather Reiner. Mary Kendall. Lance McBride.
Simon Terrell. Emily Beecher. Alicia Hinckley. Julia Sneak. And Ginger Martin. These people probably have parents and grandparents. Very good life.
Every year, we get at least a half dozen letters from organizations asking us to have our students' rights in town to report something and to be judged. Maybe you win something, maybe you won't. Sometimes they don't give anything, sometimes they do. Every now and then, one comes in that kind of fits in with what you're doing, and every now and then, one comes in and fits in with what you're doing, and you have time to do it. This year, we had one of those. Came in at the time when I had some time, something I wanted to teach some kids. The DAR, Doors American Revolution, in sixth grade, doing drawing reports, and this came at the time we wanted to do some research, and also wanted to learn to use computers and typing and using grammar check and spell check. So that was in just perfectly. Lisa Duffy won the Orange County essay, and then we also have certificates for all of those who participated in the science. Aaron Patton. Tim. Rebecca. Kendrick. Harry. Mark. Okay. And Wes. Thank you all, and we'll begin.
At this time, we'd like to present certificates to our advisory body groups. Someone you can find. Stephanie Baker. Dustin Utel. Jessica Conrad. Kathy Dearborn. Samantha Clary. Stephanie Hunt. Charlie Haley. David McKee. Josh Marcus. Rhoda Manship. Angie Minton. Brian Payton. Ricky Summers, Jeremy Trotter, that's it, thank you.
I had 17 students in my class, evaluated class, and they are being talented. Deanna Bradley, Priscilla Baldwin, Harrison Crowder, Brad Fields, Alicia Judge, Savannah Hope, Chad Johnson, Scott Klein, Missy Lowe, Lance McBride, Josh Nelson, Aaron Patton, Angel Riley, Leslie Smith, Brian Snell, Simon Mills, everyone should know that they're good for it.
In my life, if I see food, we found out one thing for sure, we need all the cookies anyone can bring. And I'd like to see who eats cookies. Okay, James Blackburn. Brandon Trout. Angela Lincoln. Danny Bowman. Lisa Hickman. Damon Jenkins. Hope I'm getting these right. I'll do this. This is a little English. Without spelling the thing here. Rebecca Coach. Christian Klein. John Holmes. Mike Bates. Ella Richardson. Leah Steve. Evan Terrell. Ken Wesley. These nice people. Call your name, come up. Go, Joe. Ken, come on. Josh Steve. Aaron Rowe. Sarah Allen H. Pack. Harry Duke. Randy McGuire. Aaron Apple. Isaac Knight. Brad Jones. Jared Hopkins. Tyson Hackney. Gary Darling. Eric Connor. Eddie Ryan. Lisa Harden.
Samantha Baldwin. Amanda Music. James Cook. Denise Duke. Elena Flynn.
because I'm rather warm, sort of hot, and Mr. Meyer tells me, he says, well, I don't feel bad about that. I feel bad because I had all these kids' parents in my class. So he's had parents over the years, but anyway, it's a long, hot afternoon here, and we're trying to speed things up a little bit. I have a couple of things I want to maybe jump out of order on here. Throughout the year, we have the advisee groups, and along with that, we have what we call peer mediators. These students took part in a program and were selected by their peers to serve as peer mediators in a conflict management type situation all year. And I don't have really anything to give them other than I'd like for them to stand and be recognized. If you served as a peer mediator throughout the year, please stand. If you served as a peer mediator, stand up. Let's give them a hand and thank them for their time. Thank you. Next, I'd like to jump ahead here, and I have some students I'd like to get back to class, and they're not sixth grade, but we have an award. You come in the front of the building there in the foyer. It's called the Eagle Achievement Award, and I've stated each year. It started 4 years ago when I first came here through the suggestion of the late Rusty Doan, and Rusty and I were good friends, and one day we got talking about giving awards out for students, and everything's sort of predicated on how smart you are, GPA, or what kind of good leadership you are, and of course that cuts out a lot of folks sometimes. I know some of I was cut out on when I was in school, so we started thinking, and then Rusty came up with the idea that let's give an award for improvement in character. And so therefore the Eagle Achievement Award came about, and the teachers are told at the start of the year, if you have a student in your class and he or she's doing a good job, just being who they are and contributing, and they're doing the best they can, that's the criteria. And so these people are suggested, drop their names, drop their box, and we select 2 each month. So for each month, I think we're 1 month short because we had an overlap there. But at this time, I'd like to have all those students who won the Eagle Award this year. If you won this year, please come up on the stage over here. I'm going to have Mr. Seacat help me make the awards here. All these are the same, and again, since Mr. Doan was so kind to donate, this is a silver Eagle dollar, and it's pretty valuable, and it will become even more valuable through time if the students will hang on to them. And Orange County Bank, I'd like to thank them in memory of Rusty Doan for making this possible, and I think it's a great little gift for the students and show our appreciation for their hard work throughout the course of the year. So Mr. Seacat, let's give one of these to each person, and then you can just file on by. And don't lose it. You keep all on fine. Just flip it. Let's give a big hand. I might get you their names, I didn't mean not to do that. Justin Flores, Jason Hayes, Tiffany Hawkins, Jessica Canton, Wyatt Holland, Angie Linton, John McManaway, John's not here today, Amanda Ash, Casey Hill, Josiah Vance, Tanya Planchi, Jessica King, Justin Burton, Misty Lowe, Karen Hunter, and Tara Monroe. Thank you very much for a good job done this year. I'm going to excuse those students who are in the other grades and go back to the award winners. Okay, at this time, let's move on to our athletic awards. I'm going to ask that we And just before we get to those awards, and I was about to say, we have a few more names here on the AA group, so I'm going to ask those people.
Mrs. Thomas and I would like to recognize the members of the Wednesday Workers AA group. Those are Jason Sweet, Candace Siebold, Tanya Plachi, Matthew Parrott, Ginger Martin, Jimmy Leonard, Chris Marvin, Melissa Irwin, Tiffany Hopkins, Elizabeth Fountain, Jessica Eastridge, Bridget Brasilius, Anthony Campbell, Laura Bevan, and Barry Waltz. Thanks, Jimmy Susan.
I'm Mrs. Gibbons, this is Mrs. Foster, and we are the co-leaders of the advisory group entitled Friendstones. And we really enjoyed working with this group this year, and they especially worked hard on a service learning project in which they went to WME and put on public service announcements for the prevention of child abuse. So I'd like the Friendstones to come forward. Emily Beachy, Jennifer Busick, Megan Coulter, Rosie Dunn, Josh Flick, Laura Harkness, Daniel Irwin, Chris Kellums, Mary Lane, Nathan Nanchip, Jessica Moore, Morgan Overly, Josh Pickley, Anna Sweet, and Josiah Bain. Let's give them a round of applause.
Mary Beth Horrible and I also sponsored an advisory group this year who worked second semester on a service learning grant that we're very proud of. They decided that they would like to braille the names of all the teachers in the school and all the locker numbers so that our students who are visually impaired could always be able to find out where they're going in the building. As you all know, Troop's a big building, and our students who have limited sight sometimes have difficulty, so we were very proud of their undertaking. They also audio taped the student handbook so that if we had a parent who was visually impaired, they could know the rules of the school. We're still in the process of getting all of those tags up on the classroom doors, but they have completed brailing, and I think they've learned a lot in this process. I'd certainly like to congratulate them. Let me call their names, and I'll come up here and get some recognition. Bob Walls. Brandon Chaptine. Laura Berzelius. Josh Elliott. C.J. Fulkerson. Heather Hayes. Michael Jackson. Benny Kessler. Carol Kendall. Ken Mosen. Mark Pate. Bob Randolph. Doris Quito. Wayne Byerly. And that can't be instead of Candace, I apologize. Congratulations to all of you.
Sixth grade girls basketball team. We'd just like to recognize the 15 young ladies that made up sixth grade team this year. They had a 6 and 5 record and one affirmative down at each. So y'all come up and get a certificate. Elizabeth Sykes. Laura Priscillius. Bridget Priscillius. Samantha Flannery. Stephanie Oakley. Sarah Patton. Jennifer Busey. Laura Speedo. Angel Wiley. In addition, there were two young ladies who helped us out as managers this year. I'd like you to come up, Heather Briner and Laura Bevan. And also, there was a young man who helped us out at every game, on the road and home. He did everything from carry the water bottles to remind me to put my starting lineup in. He kept us all entertained on the bus. Mike Payton. Good to see you, girls.
We have 11 members of the 6th grade boys basketball team this year. Dustin Patel. Brandon Chastain. Amos Cook. Scott Klein. Aaron Patton. Aaron Roach. Josh Stevens. Rick Summers. Mark Sutherland. Adam Sweet. Josiah Vance. And my manager, Josh Ellington. These guys did the course of the year. They were 4-9, but they lost 5 games by 2 points or less. So a little work, and I think a lot of us going to camp this summer. They should improve on that and be much better next year. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Debbie Andrew, and I'm the 6th grade cheerleading coach this year, and I'd like to ask my 6th grade cheerleaders from this year to please come up. While they're coming up, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about cheerleading. For cheerleaders, there are no times out. And for cheerleaders, we cheer girls and boys. And we cheered about 27 games this year. So if you think your sons play a lot, our girls cheer a lot. Cheerleading is not an easy activity. It's work from the time you start to the time you end. And if you don't work, you hear about it. So don't look at these cute little girls out there in these little outfits and say, boy, that looks like fun. We hope they have fun, but we hope that they represent this school and this corporation with pride and with a lot of enthusiasm. We hope that if you were in the games, you enjoyed watching the girls. This was a very talented squad. I called them my varsity squad. They had so much talent. I said they could have taken the place of the varsity, and I had a daughter up there, so that's what I thought. They were very, very good. They were very enjoyable to watch and to work with. And if you had a daughter in here, I thank you for letting me have her this season. These are the girls, Megan Alvey, Emily Beachy, Alicia Guppy, Laura Harkness, Heather Hayes, and Ginger Martin. Please give these athletes a large round of applause.
I had the pleasure of working with the sixth grade football team this year. Did things a little differently this year. Instead of playing inter squad game, we did play a Green Valley game. It was a tough game. We lost 14-6. The boys did a very nice job. And did a nice game down there. We had about 30 guys come out. Ended up with 28. I should say guys and girls. Ended up with 28. So everybody, most of us stuck out. Did a nice job for us. So I hope that's the details. Anthony Campbell. Amos Cook. This was probably our hardest hitter on the team, Cassidy Dearborn. Josh Elliott. Josh Flick. Chris Apple. Michael Jackson. Chris Kellums. Harold Kinley. Tyson Knight. Joey Minchin. Nathan Minchin. Mark Pate. Mike Pate. Darren Patton. Brian Payton. Randy Finney. Josh Bixley. Brian Snell. This boy took some really hard hits and valleys and a nice job for his quarterback, Josh Stevens. Ricky Summers. Mark Sutherland. Adam Sweet. Jason Sweet. Devin Terrell. Jeremy Trotter. Barry Walls. I also had 3 managers that helped out this year. Daniel Grundy, James Blackgrave, and one other one who's not here is the 4th grader, Chad Patton.
I am substituting for Miss Bradley today and presenting the volleyball awards. I know she would like to be here today to do this, but she gave birth to a brand new baby boy last Friday morning, so she has him to tend to now. The coaches for her teams were Amber Buchanan, Shay Hope, Misty Moon, Amanda Rowland, and Shayna Underwood. And she has a quote here. It says, "Having fun is the name of the game. We all go out there and play as hard as we can to try to win. But the main reason we play is to have fun. Never do anything you don't enjoy." And the quote is by Joe Carter, who plays outfield for the Toronto Blue Jays. So girls, when I call your names, come up and line up on stage here. Sarah Patton, Laura Skeeto, Savannah Hope, Angel Riley, Stephanie Baker, Rosie Dunn, Kylie Murphy, Rebecca Hackney, Rebecca Kirkishner, Misty Lowe, Greta Manship, Stephanie Oakley, Heather Hayes, Elizabeth Sykes, Tiffany Hawkins, Leslie Smith, Emily Beachy, Priscilla Coffin, Ginger Martin, Megan Alley, Aunt Randolph, Cassie Dearborn, Denise Duke, Sarah May, thank you, girls.
general health is, and no matter how positive the classroom, there has to be at least one day every year, especially in the middle of the winter when it's still dark and you have to get up, that you think, gee, I just wish I didn't have to go to school. The people whose names I'm going to call next are the people who didn't get sick one time during the year nor succumb to that temptation to stay home. These are the people with perfect attendance this year. From Dr. Jackson's class, Harry Kendall, Scott Klein, from Mr. Seacat's class, Tara Monroe, from Mr. Fancher's class, Adam Sweet, Dan Gromer, Evan Terrell, okay, from Mrs. Seacat's class, Stacy Hunt, Heather Hayes, from Mr. Miley's class, Tiffany Hawkins, Brad Fields, Alicia Hinkle, and Simon Terrell. Now, before we give these folks an applause, I want to point out that at least I, for one, know that there was probably a mom or dad someplace behind there who was the one that at least shoved them out of bed in the morning. We'd like to congratulate you all, too. Okay, let's give all of them a big hand. The purpose of this next award is to recognize and reward academic excellence. This not only comes from Throop School, although I assure you we are very proud of all of these people, but this award comes from the Office of the President of the United States. To win this award, students not only have to have had good grades this year, but have to have maintained at least an A- average for grades 4, 5, and 6. They also must have scored at least an 85% on their reading and math scores on their achievement test. As you can imagine, this is a very difficult award, and these folks are winning it with other academically excellent students all over the United States. Let me call their names, and I'd like for you all to stay up here for a minute because there's a letter that I want to read to you after you receive your award. Don't think these people know who they are yet. Emily Beachy, Laura Bevins, Eric Condon, Laura Corselius, Chantel England, Elena Blick, Alicia Duffy,
Sydney Hawkins, Michael Jackson, Chad Johnson, Scott Klein, Ginger Martin, Lance McBride, Tara Monroe, Morgan Oakley, Aaron Patton, Sarah Penn, Tanya Plagy, Anna Richardson, Angel Riley, Leslie Smith, Lee Sneed, Josh Stevens, Mark Sutherland, and Tim Thone. There's one more classification of award, and this is for people who had most of the requirements for the award that was just passed out, but because of a low achievement test for 1 year or possibly one year they scored slightly below that A- average, but the teachers still felt that these people deserved a special award. We have the Outstanding Educational Improvement Award. And that goes, we have 3 of those this year. By the way, this is a record number of students who have earned this award. This is a fine class. These really worked hard. Megan Alvey, Brandon Justine, and Heather Hayes. Attached to these awards is a letter that I would like to read to you. It says, "Congratulations to all recipients of the President's Education Award. At a time when many young Americans face difficult challenges, your dedication to excellence stands as a reminder to students all across the country that through determination and effort, anything is possible. I'm encouraged by your efforts and confident that America's future is in good hands. As you reflect on your accomplishments, I hope you'll take time to remember the families, teachers, and friends who have supported you along the way. Mrs. Clinton joins me in wishing each of you every future happiness, and it's signed, Bill Clinton." Let's give this folks a big hand. Folks, before you leave, I believe there's a photographer who'd like to get all your pictures up here. Is our photographer out there? Okay, thank you all then. Every year Troop has a spelling bee, and as we go through these reports, I'll try to explain to you the steps that students go through in this spelling bee. The first step is that every classroom selects two of their very best spellers. So first I would like to acknowledge and give a certificate to those of you from each homeroom who won your place in the spelling bee by becoming the best speller in your classroom. In Dr. Jackson's classroom, Elena Flick, Rebecca Hackett. In Mr. Seacap's room, Sarah Mays, Carrie Newland. In Mr. Thatcher's room, Tanya Flaky, Daniel London. In Mrs. Seacap's room, Karen Crowder, Damon Jenkins. Whoops, I'm sorry. That's Mr. Miley's room. Karen Crowder and Angie. The other student from Mrs. Seacap's class is Angie Manson. And for Mr. Miley's room is Chris Kellers. Damon Jenkins. Okay, let's give these folks a big hand. After we had our classroom spelling winners, they competed against each other until we came up with two champions who would go on to the Troop Spelling Bee. And our two winners there were Angie Minton and Chris Kellers. And I have a certificate here from the Kentucky Derby Festival Committee because, well, we'll go down to that in just a minute. Here are your awards from them. As I said, these two competed in the Troop Spelling Bee, where they competed against the best spellers in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades. Out of that spelling bee, we had a 6th grade winner this year, and that was Chris Kellers. Chris then went on to compete in the Orange County Spelling Bee, where he competed against the best speller from Springs Valley and the best speller from Orleans, and Chris won that one too. And I have a plaque here. Chris did go on to the big spelling bee in Louisville, where he competed against people from southern Indiana and Kentucky. And from what I understand, did quite well in that. Had he won that, he could have gone on to the National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. The good thing about this is that every one of these folks have another chance next year, so we may still have a Paoli student. We've got some great spellers up here on the stage. Next year, we may have one that goes all the way to Washington, so let's give them one hand. year we present 2 awards to each classroom. These are based on grade point average throughout the year. We present 1 award to the top boy student and 1 to the top girl student. At this time, I'm very pleased to announce that our 2 awards go to Brandon Crowder and Ingrid Beeching.
I'm happy to announce publicly at this time that receiving my Outstanding Student Awards for this past school year are Leslie Smith and Josiah Vance.
You know, we have some good students here by seeing all the ones that lined up for the Presidential Academic Awards. This comes down in my room. You like one, the kids won by like 1 point. You know, from your grades of A plus is 12, A is 11, A minus is 10, and all that. It's always very close. And I'd like to I'm going to announce Ginger Martin and Mark Stone.
My 2 winners are Tiffany Hawkins, Michael Jackson.
I'd like to present mine to very excellent students, Lance McBride, Tara McCullough.
Every year, the Salem school system sponsors a math mania, and they start out in the beginning, and anyone in Indiana, I suppose, can start taking the test, and it runs through a series of 4 different tests, and keeps eliminating people until finally out in May. There's 3 people that may go to Salem and compete against everyone else. They call it the top number, and they give them really nice prizes. Several years ago, when we started this, there was about a dozen people showing up, and this year at Salem, there was over 200 kids there to compete. It has really grown and got around. We had the 3 top Math Mania students here were Mark Sutherland was number 1, Sarah Patton was number 2, and Scott Klein number 3.
Okay, we're getting to the end of our program, and again, I want to thank everyone for sitting patiently, and I know you're warm and this kind of thing, but we'll get through here. I want to do one thing before we get into recognizing our class, and their certificates, I'd like to have Mr. Philip Fields please come forward. Philip, could you come up here? Throughout the year, Mr. Fields is sort of an unsung hero. We talk about, this star talk about coming to school every day and so forth. Mr. Fields doesn't have to do what he does, but he enjoys it. And about 4 years ago, I was looking for a volunteer out front to help with some of our students. And I asked him one day out of the blue if he would like to help me as a crossing guard out in front. And I've had nothing but positive results from Mr. Fields. He goes to work every day. The only way he would miss is an emergency of some sort. He does a great job of directing the traffic out front. And I'd like to at this time, I mean, he has done a great job with the younger kids and so on, the walkers, to get them across that street. And he needs your cooperation, of course, every day. But I'd like to say thank you to him. Can we give him a big hand? And just thank you. He doesn't get anything, so I sort of try to give him something at the end of the year. It's not a lot, but it's something I think that shows our appreciation. And at this time, Mr. Fields, I'd like to present you with this mysterious envelope. And I'd like to thank you, and I know you told me you'd like to thank everyone and ask for their cooperation, and anything else you'd like to say.
My main thanks goes to all the parents, to all my kids, because I love my kids, and all the teachers, and all the staff that's worked with the Paoli Community School. I want to say thanks to all of you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We appreciate everything. It's not fun when you get out here and it's snowing and raining and everything going on, that traffic, you get hit every morning. I really appreciate it. So thanks a lot, and we hope this next year we can have another good year doing this same program with you. Okay, to the 6th grade class members, and I'm going to have each of your teachers to come forward and present you with your certificates of completion. But before I do that, I want to say one thing, and that's I'm very proud of you as a class this year. And I'm also very proud that your parents did a fantastic job of standing behind you and supporting our school. I ask at this time that let's give our parents a big hand, students. Some time ago, I did a little research on what makes a person a success. And I'll share that with you real quickly here. The things we've done today, we're talking about activities and getting involved. We're talking about school and academics. We can brag somewhat on this class because I've been here 4 years and this class is very capable. It's probably one of the stronger classes that we've sent as a total package over to the junior high. I give you an example. We do not have any students in here who have to take ice step in the summer. Let's give ourselves a hand on that. We do not have that. We saw Mrs. Stars present the academic certificates. We know that we can do. Now, I want to offer the challenge, and then I'll be on the business here. I think there's a big challenge, folks, when you go over to the next level. It's sort of like starting out a race and everyone's starting in the same line, but then we all move at different rates. And I think that when you start, from the time you accept your certificate today, you have started a very significant race in your life, and that's a very competitive race. I think our teachers have worked hard. I think we can work harder. I think that you've worked hard, and I think you can work harder. So I ask each and every one of you, and parents, you're included behind them, you get behind them and you support them when they're right especially, but we all need to be motivated to get a little more done. And to all you folks who did not get a certificate today, I hope that you look at that as saying, well, there was some competition and I didn't do well this time, but I'm going to do well when we get to the junior high. And if you've won some things today, you keep it in mind that, hey, I'm going to continue to try and win that. And that's the kind of attitude we have to take and to be a success in life. So I'm very proud. I want to congratulate you parents on behalf of Mrs. Stars and our staff. We're very proud of our students, and we want to thank you and commend you for a job well done. And we enjoyed having this group of kids this year. So now, without further ado, let's get on and get our certificates of completion. And I'm going to ask us to go in the same order we've been going in as we recognize our people going to go. Okay.
I would like us to please stand. Thank you. Megan Alvey. Stephanie Baker. Emily Beachy. Kristen Klein. Priscilla Coffey. Jessica Condra. Brandon Crowder. Karen Crowder. Josh Flynn. Heather Hayes. Stacy Hunt. Daniel Irwin. Brad Jones. Rebecca Kirch-Gessner. Aaron Madley. Greta Manshield. Angie Minton. Josh Nelson. Brian Payton. Randy Pennick. Josh Pixley. Jason Sweet. Liz Side. Jerry Charles.